Hello students and welcome back to my channel Commerce Talk with Sadhana. If you are in class 12, so pull up your chair because you are exactly where you need to be. First of all, a massive shout out to everyone who smashed their class 12th account syllabus with me right on this channel. We built the foundation, we tackled the balance sheets and we crossed the finish line together. But guess what? This job isn't done yet. Today we are kicking off a brand new journey. Welcome to your ultimate step by step playlist for your class 12th economics. Every single chapter, every concept, and every important question, we are covering the entire syllabus from scratch to 100%. Got it? Now, I know you might be thinking that, oh, great, another subject full of boring definitions, confusing graphs, and endless theories. But let me promise you that something right now on this channel, economics is not going to be about memorizing textbooks. We are going to treat economy like a game. We will look at why prices rocket up, why government spend your taxes money, how the banking system actually works. So you won't pass your exam only, you will actually understand the real world around you. If you trust me with accounts, I don't waste your time. So no fluff, no boring lectures, just crystal clear concept. Before diving into our journey of class 12th economics, first of all we should discuss our syllabus and marking scheme for our strategy to cover up economics. First of all, I will discuss with you marking schemes of economics. Then in next video we will start from our basics of macroeconomics and cash flow statements. So let's discuss the marking scheme. So first thing is that your total economics paper is worth 100 marks. Just like accounts, it is also divided in two parts with a project of 20 marks, which your school handles with a file and a viva, and an 80-mark written theory exam is there. Now that 80 marks theory paper is perfectly split down into two distinct territories, that is 40 marks each. Part 1 is introductory macroeconomics, is of 40 marks, and part 2 is Indian economic development, that is also 40 marks. So total theory marks is of 80 plus your project marks is of 20. So your total economics marks is 100, but if you think then you can just memorize one side and pass with flying colors, change that mindset right now. Both needs strategy, but they require completely different style of studying. Let's look at unit wise weightage so that you know where your main focus should be. I am telling you chapter wise weightage of marks, and I will also tell you that what are most scoring chapters to cover your most of the syllabus of economics. So this is your marking scheme of class 12th economics, and section wise is part A, that is introductory macroeconomics. In this unit, first is national income and related aggregates is of 10 marks. Unit 2 money and banking is of 6 marks. Unit 3 determination of income and employment is of 12 marks. Unit 4 government budget and the economy is of 6 marks. Unit 5 balance of payment is also of 6 marks. And your here 40 marks complete. Now let's jump to parts B, that is Indian economic development. Unit 6 is development experience and economic reforms, 12 marks. Unit 7 is current challenges facing Indian economy is of 22 marks. While Unit 8 is development experience of India, a comparison with neighbors is of 6 marks. And your here Indian economic development also covered total 40 marks. And your section 3 is project that is total 100 marks. Got it? So look at part A, that unit 3 income and employment covers 12 marks, while national income and related aggregates cover 10 marks. So from part A, only covering 2 units, you can cover 22 marks from here. Got it? And same like here, unit 7 is of 22 marks. So if you focus on these, then you can also perform better in economics. So now listen closely, because this is most important part of video, that CBSE checkers don't read your answers like a storybook. They follow a strict stepwise marking scheme. Now I am telling you one by one that how to complete your exam, how to present your exam. First of all, for numericals like from national income or multiplier, even if your final answer is wrong because of silly calculation mistakes, but if your formula is correct, you will get marks. If your steps are correct, you will get marks. So we are going to practice writing step by step. For case studies and competency questions, roughly 30 to 50 of your paper will test that how you understand the concept, not just what you memorized. Assertion, reason, questions and case-based study pages may be required. And NCERT keywords, you don't need to write Shakespeare English, you just need to use standard textbook terms like ex ante spending, purchasing power, credit. So your blueprint is ready, syllabus is clear, plan is locked. From the next video we will start chapter 1 of macroeconomics. And if you want that perfect score on your scorecard or report card at the end of year, make a promise to yourself today and stay consistent with the playlist. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet, and drop a comment saying mission 100 out of 100 economics. So see you in the next class, and we will start our topic tomorrow.